service is over. We are going home now. It's actually, I was surprised that we had a lot of people there tonight. You know, you always want people to go to services, but you know, tomorrow being Thanksgiving, I thought some people might, you know, take a long weekend and go somewhere, and a few of them did. I did see a few missing, but a lot of them were there, so that was good. So as a lot of you know, I am now I'm back at LVP in Modesto, and I'm a piano player, and Sister Kathy is in charge of the department, and they have, you know, singers. They have, you know, singers. There's 2 drummers and 1 bass player, and hopefully we can get another bass player soon. But in the meantime, that's all that we have. So, you know, I'm happy to help. When I signed on and they asked me to become a piano player, because I wasn't the one that asked, Pastor Sandoval came to me and said, can you play on this day? And then can you play on that day? And oh, you're playing on Sunday. So that's how it started for me. When we had a meeting on last Sunday, and I officially signed the contract and did all that, I found out that Leslie, who was the piano player and music director, at least from my point of view, she was the one that stayed after I left. She told me that she was going to step down and not play anymore. And that's something that I wasn't expecting. You know, I never wanted, and I told this to her already, you know, I never wanted my return for her to be like, to think that I'm back, I want my job back. No, it wasn't like that at all. So, and she said she understood, that she knows that I wasn't there, my return wasn't to do that. And so she knows that she understands. She says that people are going to probably think that, you know, people will always think whatever. So she says she understands. And then I also heard that one of the drummers, Luis, is not going to play anymore. And I verified it with his wife, and she didn't really tell me any reason. So, you know, I'm not going to be like, you know, picking and prodding for answers. So if they don't want to say it, that's fine. Anyway, so the only different thing is that I'm basically, you know, I don't have any say in what songs we sing, and that's actually it's a little different for me, because, you know, usually when we get ready for a service, in all of my music ministries that I've had, I've prayed about the music. I've prayed, and I think, you know, I pray first and kind of ask God to help me get in sync with what's going to be preached. And a lot of times, you know, the preaching, we sing, and then the preacher goes and says, you know, my goodness, they were singing about what I was going to preach. And it's because, you know, you pray and you ask God that you want that. Now, I don't know if, I believe the one in charge of bringing the songs is Sister Patty. I'm not saying she doesn't do that, but it's really difficult because they want, let's say they want a song that I don't know how to play very well. She tells me to listen to it, so I listen to it. Okay, I figure it out. They want it played the next time I play, so I try, and it's like my job is to figure out how to play it. So I figure out how to play it, but then they don't feel comfortable singing unless I start singing along with them, and it's like sometimes, I don't know. It's like they want me to play songs that don't have any. I don't. It's not that I don't like the songs. The songs are fine, but they're complicated songs, and they're songs that are half beat. They're a different beat. They're not the style of songs or the style of music that I used to play. So it's a, you know, everybody has a little bit of changing to do. And you know, when I went back to church, you know, the first thing people said, "Oh, we're looking forward to your style of music, the way you play music." And well, now that I'm actually playing music, I'm not actually doing my style of music, because I'm not being allowed to choose the songs, and that right there, it's a little strange. And then, you know, I'm not ready to, you know, so I just try to follow. I do what I told myself, you know, Luis, you're gonna do whatever you're told you're gonna do. So I'm trying to do this. I've already learned 2 new songs, and then but then there's the issue. I know that this song, let's say for example, a song called Holy. Well, Holy is sung by Coro Tabernaculo Cristiano or by Indiana Bible College, but it's also sung by Guado Zamorano or by Ingrid Rosario. So I get the message from Patty saying, hey, you need to learn this song. And I say, okay, so I listen to it, but I don't know if it's, she sends me, yes, it's true. She sends me the link with the name of the singer and of the song, so I try to learn it. But, if I know the song already from Coro Tabernaculo or the way they sing it, I automatically think, well, I play it that way, I sing it that way. And I guess I have to now realize that I have to listen to the song, to the actual singer that they are choosing the song to sing like, to sound like. So it's a little complicated. I mean, I'm not complaining. I will do it, and but at the same time, I think it takes a lot of time to learn a whole set of songs. Because I have a way of playing, and to learn a new repertoire and have brand new songs that are thrown at me every day. Yeah, I can do it, but sometimes I'm not going to be really good at learning how to sing them, and they want me to help them with the voices and everything. And it's like I'm trying to catch on with the music. I don't have time to listen to the voices and figure that out. So, I'm going to see who I need to talk to, because maybe we can have it where they can give me a list of songs, and then once we can do one of their songs a week. And then I also would like some time for me to be able to choose the songs that we're going to do, because it's not about just, here, you're a piano player, you're a robot, play this and that's it. No, you have to have, you're there for a reason. And I'm sorry if I'm there playing the piano during service and all of a sudden, because God has done this before, he'll tell me, he'll put a song on my mind. Well, these ladies have a list of songs for me, but if God puts a song in my mind at the moment that we're playing, I am going to, sorry, God trumps sisters in charge, unfortunately. So I'm going to tell them, I don't want to be rude or anything, but in the middle of a song, if I feel that God wants me to sing going to this other song, I'm going to go into this other song. You guys don't know the song, you guys can worship, and I think a lot of it is honestly, a lot of the youth like the newer chants, newer songs, Hillsong, and all these other new people that sing. And yes, they are some new songs, but I mean, if you look at our church, all of our church, it's a lot of first generation Christians. Now we're getting to a point where some second generation Christians are now teenagers, and then a few babies have been born that are third generation. So we're basically in between. We still have the first. We're going into the second and the third. Well, yes, you still have to have the good old songs from the 1990s. I'm sorry, just like in the real world. Just because, I don't know when Elvis Presley was famous, or I don't know when the Beatles were the thing, but I know that they were popular back in the day. Madonna was popular back in the 80s. The Beatles were popular, in the 60s or 70s. Elvis probably in the 40s or 50s. That was decades and decades and decades and decades ago. Yeah, people still listen to that music. It's called classical. It's classical. Classical, and it's still it's still good to listen to those songs. Now, going back to my church repertoire, the songs that I know are not that old. They're about 10 years old. And so, yes, there's some new interesting beats out there, but are they really going to get the congregation up and running and jumping and on fire like all the old version, old school songs do? I don't think they're going to do that. I really, really don't think they're going to do that. Yeah, you can't jump around and on a half beat chant. I mean, we're not trying to make the church into a yoga area where you can relax and hum. But there's songs that are called hallelujah chant, and it's like, really? But anyway, that's just me speaking freely. And again, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just saying that it's being a little difficult, and I'm gonna, take some steps that I need to take so that we can all work together. I can put in my part, and I can also ask them to put their part in so that we can all work together. And just like Brother Douglas said at our meeting on Sunday, it's all about being, harmony and discord. We all need to work harmoniously together. And just how I want our voices to harmonize, our work ethic and our work, the way we work together needs to be harmonizing as well. So we're back from church. I'm gonna get something to eat here, and then I am going to go home and to go to sleep. And tomorrow, I hope they're open tomorrow, because I have to make a dessert for tomorrow. I'm making a dessert, and it's going to be delicious.